Imagine standing in a sea of elegantly dressed guests, the air filled with the fragrance of fresh flowers and a touch of anticipation. The room is alight with joy, the kind that only comes with celebrating love. This was the setting of my sister's wedding, a day that was supposed to be filled with nothing but happiness. Yet, here I am, wondering if my actions turned me into the villain of this story. I'm 17, and my sister, 23, had her dream wedding last weekend. Picture this, a grand celebration where both our extensive families came together, creating a bustling, lively atmosphere. It was the kind of event where every moment felt like it was straight out of a fairy tale. The reception was in full swing when my aunt, caught up in the joy of the occasion, approached the DJ to request a song. Moments later, she was by the microphone on the dance floor, her voice joining Katy Perry's in a spontaneous performance. Watching her, I couldn't help but feel the infectious energy of the moment. It seemed like such a fun, impromptu addition to the festivities. Not long after, my other sister followed suit, dedicating a different song to the newlyweds. Watching family members take the stage, I assumed this was a welcome part of the celebration, a way for guests to share their joy through music. So, with a heart full of love and a mind filled with Coldplay lyrics, I decided to join in. I requested Yellow, a song that to me felt like it could capture the beauty of the night. As I sang, I noticed my sister, the bride, looking at me. Her expression wasn't the joyful one I expected. Instead, she stood with her hands on her hips, giving me a look that I couldn't quite decipher in the moment. It was a look that seemed out of place in the midst of celebration, a silent message I failed to understand. The night wore on, and the magical atmosphere of the wedding began to give way to the quiet of the evening. It was then, as the number of guests dwindled, that my sister approached me. The disappointment in her eyes was palpable. She called me embarrassing, questioning why I had chosen to sing at her wedding. I was taken aback, unable to comprehend her upset. I pointed out that our aunt and other sister had also sung, trying to understand where I had gone wrong. She then explained something I hadn't known. The performances by our aunt and sister were pre-planned surprises, carefully chosen moments meant to add a personal touch to the celebration. My sister told me, in no uncertain terms, that my singing was not part of that plan. She went as far as to say that I sing really badly, a comment that stung deeper than I would have liked to admit. She wished I had checked with her first, a thought that had never crossed my mind, given the spontaneous nature of the earlier performances. Feeling a mix of embarrassment and shock, I apologized. It was a hollow apology, one made in the hope of moving past the conversation, rather than a true expression of regret. My sister's parting words were a reminder that her wedding wasn't about me, a fact I had never intended to overshadow. In the days following, I found myself replaying that moment over and over, trying to understand if my actions were truly thoughtless. Was I the antagonist in my sister's story, an unwelcome disruption in her carefully planned day? Or was this simply a misunderstanding, magnified by the emotions and expectations that come with a wedding? I'm left pondering the fine line between sharing joy and stealing the spotlight, between being a part of the celebration and becoming an unintended focal point. It's a line I never intended to cross. Yet here I am, questioning if a moment meant to express love could instead have sown discord. So I turn to you, dear viewers, to weigh in on this tale of celebration, misunderstanding, and the complexities of family dynamics. Was I wrong to assume that my contribution to the festivities would be welcomed? Or was this merely a misstep in a day filled with emotions running high? As we navigate the intricacies of family, love, and the desire to share in each other's joy, let's remember the importance of communication, of understanding the intentions behind our actions and the impact they may have on those we hold dear. I invite you to share your thoughts, your experiences, and perhaps your own stories of weddings gone awry or moments of unexpected tension. Together, let's explore the many shades of right and wrong and the ways in which we strive to connect with and celebrate each other, even when things don't go as planned.